Hi there and welcome back. So in the last lesson we have discussed about the basics of the data types. Now in the coming lessons we are trying to explore each and every data type in detail. Okay. So first of all we are going to discuss about the text data type that is available in Python. Okay. So since data type, as I have told you, that is the data type which is going to deal with the textual data. Okay. So let's just discuss the various functions that are associated with the text data type. Okay. See, I am going to discuss the functions which are commonly used, but we are not saying that it is limited to the domain of string functions. Okay, we do have a large set of string functions in Python, but we are going to discuss only those functions which are commonly used. Okay, so let's just discuss the functions. The very first function is a count function. In this count function, what we are supposed to do, we are going to count the number of characters. Suppose I have written a string or I have written a word. Let's say I have written fruit. Now I want to count that how many times R is existing in that particular word. Okay, so count is going to help me about that. Okay, then is lower. If I want that each and every character of my given text that I want be in a lower case, I am simply going to use lower function. Okay, then is upper function that will do the reverse of lower. Okay, then is your title function. What title function will do, it will make the very first letter of your word as capital letter and rest all the letters would be small. Okay, then we have strip. What strip function is going to do for us, it is going to truncate something. If you want to eliminate something, then you can use the strip function. Okay, then we have center. If you want to put your text in center by specifying that how many characters are there. Suppose if 20 width length of that line, then I can specify that where I want. Okay, so let's just discuss these functions with the help of examples through the program. Okay, so this is my Visual Studio Code editor. Now I have created one file that is known as string.py. Now I'm going to explore all the string related, text related functions. Okay, so first of all I'm going to take a variable x, and in this I'm going to write down something. Let's say I'm writing hello, how are you? Okay, so as I have told you, this x is a variable. So this x is a variable in which I am assigning this whole value. Okay, now in other languages we need to specify whether it is a character or it is a string. Here we are not supposed to do any such kind of thing. Okay, and now if I'm going to print this, it will print whole line for me. Okay, I'm going to write print x, and here I'm going to run my code. Okay, Python string dot py. Okay, so it is giving me that same message. Now if I want to know that whether it belongs to which class, since I am not specifying that whether it is a character, it is an integer, I want to know that it belongs to which class, then what I can write, I can write a type function with this. Now what is type function? Type function will let me know that this variable belongs to which class, which data type. Okay, if I'm going to run, it will give me that it belongs to class str. Okay, now as we have discussed in the last lesson that we can ask from the user during runtime what value user want to print. Okay, let's say I have a variable, let's say a. Let's say I am going to have a variable a is equal to, I'm going to write input, and here I'm supposed to write enter the string variable. Okay, and here I am going to print whatever user is going to write. I am going to print that string variable. Okay, so here I'm going to run my code. See, enter the string variable. Suppose I'm saying welcome, how are you? Okay, how are you? So it is going to display me the same thing. So you need to understand one thing here, since in the so you need to understand one thing here, that whatever you are entering with the help of input function, that would be treated as a string. Okay, but if you want that should not be treated as a string, then you need to cast it. By default, everything that you are entering through input function, that would be treated as a string. Okay, now suppose if suppose if I want that b is equals to 10 and c is equals to, let's say, 20. Okay, and sum is equals to a plus b. Okay, and then we are going to print that sum. Okay, so now when we run this code, we'll see okay, hello, c a plus b. Now see what this is saying. Oh, sorry, I need to write b plus c. Yeah, now let's just run. See, I can give it any name. It is giving me 30. Yeah, it is giving me 30 because it is treating this 10 and this 20 as your integers, right? Now I'm going to make this as comment because we don't need this thing. So now what I'm going to do, first of all, let me clear the screen. Now, instead of giving the value during coding, see, whenever I'm giving the value during coding, that value would be treated in the same data type. If I'm giving an integer value, my interpreter will treat that as an integer. But if I'm going to ask the value from the user with the help of input function, then it will make the difference, and you need to understand what is that difference. Okay. So b is equals to input, enter b, and then we'll write sum is equals to a plus b, and then we'll write print sum. Okay, and now we are going to run this code. We are going to run this code, that is enter a. I am entering 10. Although I am entering 10, which is an integer, now you need to understand the difference. It is giving me 10, 20. Why? Because it is treating 10 and 20 as a string. And the here plus operator is working as a concatenation or a merger. Plus operator is used to combine the two strings. It is acting as a concatenation operator. So this is the difference. Now if you want these values to be treated as integer, you need to cast them. That you are going to see in the next lesson. Right now we are dealing with the strings. Okay, so this is all about strings. Now we are going to discuss the various string functions that are available to us. Okay, first of all, I need to take any string. Let's say I am taking welcome to Python. Okay, hope you are doing good. Okay, now I'm going to give these some spaces. Okay, so first of all, let's just discuss the count function. Let's take a variable x is equals to, now I need to count. From where I need to count? I need to count from a dot count. Now which letter occurrence you want to count? Suppose o is existing many times. Let's say I want to count the occurrence of o. Okay, and then I just wanted to print a message that o is occurring, okay, and comma, whatever with the count, and then display message many times. Okay, now we are going to run that code. Okay, see, O is occurring 8. I need to put that string in single or double quotes. So I have checked the occurrence of O. Now you can count. O is coming here 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, 5, 6, and 7 and 8. Let's say if you want to check any other occurrence, let's say I want to check for the P. P is existing 2 times in the whole sentence. So I'll write P here and I'll run my code. It is going to give me P is occurring two number of times, too many times. Okay. So this is the very first function, that is count function. Now I'm going to make this lines as comment and I'm going to run the next function, that is lower. Now see, if you can notice, I have make H and W as capital. Now with the help of lower function, each and every character would be lower. Okay, so what I'm going to write, print lowercase statement is, okay, and then here I'm going to use that lower function, which is a dot lower. Okay, I'm going to save this. I'm going to first of all clear my screen, then I'm going to run this, and it is giving me everything in small. Welcome to Python, hope you are doing good. Everything is in small. Okay, now after that, if I just want to do the opposite task, I want every letter as is in capital. I'm going to copy this code, I'm going to paste it, and instead of lower, let's write upper here, and instead of using lower function, I'm going to use the upper function. Okay, now see, in lowercase, everything is lower. In uppercase, everything is upper. Although I have not given in that sense. Okay. Now let's just make a change. Let's write down P as capital here, W as small, and H also small. Save this. Now I'm going to use that title function. Okay. I'm going to use this statement again. And here I'm going to use title and a dot title. Okay, save this, run this, and see. Now automatically what it has done, W was small, H was small, automatically it make W as capital, H as capital. Okay, so this is your title case. Every word's first letter become capital. Okay, so that is your title case. Okay, then we were discussing about strip function. I'm going to make all these as comment. What strip function is basically used to do, I told you that that is used to terminate something. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this strip function. Text is, okay, and here I need to give I need to erase one, and here I'm going to write down the function, that is a dot strip. Now you need to notice one thing. See, if you can just notice, I have given these spaces. Okay, now these spaces would be eliminated with the help of the strip function. Let's just observe that thing. Let me clear the screen first and let's just run that once. See, now we don't know, we actually don't know whether it is stripped or not. Okay, so let's just run that in a different manner. Let's just give the spaces here as well, and we can just eliminate this content as well. Okay, now what I have done, I have used stripped function, I have given spaces on both the sides. Okay, so let's just run. I need to eliminate this comma, save this file and run this file. So see, there are no spaces before this welcome word. So that is your strip function. Now we can use the strip function variations. We can use lstrip. If you want that only the left spaces should get eliminated, you can write down lstrip here. Okay, and then you can run your code. Lstrip is going to remove only the left spaces. Okay, similarly, if I don't want to use this lstrip, I can write down rstrip. It will eliminate the right spaces. It will keep the left spaces itself and remove the right spaces. Okay, so I'm going to use I'm going to write down print. Okay, and inside print I'm going to write down. So the next function that we are going to discuss is center. So let's just understand the center function. For that I'm going to take a different variable. Let's just take a single variable there. Let's say I'm taking x is equals to, I have written something here, let's say I'm writing fruits. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'll write print, okay, x dot center, I'm saying 20. Now fruits would be in the center when I have 20 characters in my line. Okay, so it would exist in the center of that. When I run my code, now you can observe that fruit has some spaces before it. Although I have not given those spaces, it is taking those spaces with the help of center function. Okay, I hope I have covered all the commonly used functions related to the string. But yes, whenever we will discuss some mini projects or some kind of examples, if there are more functions that we may require, then definitely we are going to discuss at that point of time. But these are the very basic functions that you should know. I hope you have enjoyed this lesson, and let's just meet in the next lesson with some new key features of Python. Bye bye.